I jolted awake to the creak of my bedroom door, heart pounding as a shadow slipped inside. There in the dim glow from the hallway stood Delilah, my best friend since freshman year of college, her eyes wide and frantic. "Delaney, I can't pretend anymore," she whispered, her voice breaking the silence like a thunderclap. "I'm in love with you." The words hung in the air, slicing through my drowsiness like a knife. For years I'd buried my feelings for her, convinced she was straight as an arrow, dating guys left and right while I played the loyal sidekick. Now here she was, confessing in the dead of night, and all I could think was, why now? What changed? My mind raced back to our shared apartment in Seattle, the late-night talks about dreams and heartbreaks, where I'd always held back, fearing rejection. But this was a bombshell that could destroy everything. I sat up, rubbing my eyes, trying to process. Delilah hovered by the bed, twisting her hands, her pixie-cut blonde hair disheveled from whatever sleepless torment had driven her here. "I know this sounds crazy," she continued, her voice trembling. "But tonight at that party with Mark, I realized I was faking it all. Every kiss, every date, it's been you in my head." Mark was her latest boyfriend, the one she'd gushed about just hours ago. The betrayal hit me first. Not hers, but mine, for letting hope flicker alive after I'd sworn to extinguish it. What do I say? I thought, panic rising. If I admit I've loved her since the day we met in that rainy campus cafe, what then? Our friendship, our lives, they'd never be the same. Society's gaze already weighed on me as an out lesbian in a conservative family. Adding Delilah, who came from even stricter roots, felt like inviting chaos. Her parents were devout, the kind who quoted scripture at family dinners, while mine pretended my orientation was a phase I'd outgrow. "Delilah, sit down," I finally managed, patting the bed. She collapsed beside me, her sundress rumpled, and buried her face in her hands. "I've been fighting this for months," she confessed. "Remember that trip to the coast last summer? When we watched the sunset, and you held my hand because I was cold? That's when it started creeping in." I remembered vividly. My heart had soared, but I dismissed it as wishful thinking. Now her words unlocked a floodgate of memories. Stolen glances, lingering hugs, the way she'd defend me against homophobic jabs from mutual friends. But doubt not at me. Is this real? Or is she just confused? Delilah had always been the golden girl. Popular straight-A student, destined for a picture-perfect life. Me? I was the rebel, the one who'd come out in high school and faced the backlash, from whispered slurs in the hallways to my father's disappointed silences. If we pursued this, the fallout could be catastrophic. Her family would disown her. Mine might finally cut me off for corrupting her. We talked until dawn filtered through the curtains, her tears soaking my shoulder as she poured out her inner turmoil. "I feel like a fraud," she said. "All those years I thought I was happy with guys, but it was never deep. With you it's different. It's like coming home." Her vulnerability cracked something in me. I wanted to believe her, to leap into this unknown, but the risks loomed large. What if she regretted it? What if society crushed us? By morning, we'd made no decisions, just held each other in fragile silence. As she slipped back to her room, I lay there, staring at the ceiling, my mind a whirlwind. This confession wasn't just about love. It was a declaration of war against the norms we'd both been shackled by. And I knew deep down the battles were just beginning. That day at work, as a graphic designer in a bustling downtown firm, I couldn't focus. Every email, every meeting blurred into thoughts of Delilah. My boss noticed, pulling me aside. "Everything okay, Delaney?" I nodded, forcing a smile, but inside I was unraveling. "How do you explain that your world tilted on its axis overnight?" Delilah texted me around noon. "Can we talk tonight? I need to figure this out." My reply was simple. "Yes." But fear coiled in my gut. What if she backtracked? What if this was a momentary lapse? I spent the afternoon replaying our history, roommates after college, sharing everything from secrets to takeout. She'd been my rock during my last breakup, holding me as I cried over a girl who'd ghosted me. Now roles reversed, but with stakes infinitely higher. Evening came and we sat on the couch, takeout forgotten. "I don't know how to do this," Delilah admitted, her eyes searching mine. "My family, they expect me to marry, have kids, the whole package." I knew. Her mother called weekly, probing about boyfriends. And yours? She asked. I laughed bitterly. They barely acknowledge I'm gay. This would be the final nail. We weighed the pros and cons like a business deal, but emotions bled through. I can't lose you, I whispered, my voice cracking. She took my hand, squeezing tight. You won't. But even as hope sparked, dread shadowed it. Society's judgment wasn't abstract. It was the sidelong glances at pride parades, the slurs online, the laws still debated in courts. For us, two women in love, it meant fighting every step. As night deepened, we agreed to take it slow, explore in secret. But secrets have a way of festering. That night, lying awake, I pondered the cost. Was love worth the isolation, the potential heartbreak? Delilah's confession had awakened my suppressed desires, but it also unearthed buried fears. Little did I know, the first crack in our facade was already forming. The next few weeks blurred into a clandestine dance, stolen moments in our apartment where glances turned to tentative touches, conversations laced with unspoken longing. Delilah's hesitation mirrored my own. We'd kiss briefly, then pull away, guilt etching her features. What if this ruins us? She'd whisper, echoing my inner torment. I wanted to reassure her, but doubt plagued me too. Was I pushing her into something she wasn't ready for? At work, distractions mounted. A client presentation went south because my mind wandered to Delilah's smile, her laugh that now carried hidden meaning. Colleagues noticed my slip-ups, but I brushed them off. Home became our sanctuary in prison. We'd cook dinner, pretending normalcy, but tension simmered. One evening, as rain pelted the windows, she broke. I told my sister, she confessed, eyes downcast. Panic surged. Her sister, Emily, was close but traditional, married young with kids. What did she say? I asked, bracing. She thinks it's a phase, that I'm confused because of stress at work. Delilah worked in marketing, high pressure, but this wasn't that. Emily's reaction ignited the first real conflict. She wants me to see a therapist, Delilah continued, tears welling. Not for support, for fixing this. Rage boiled in me. Fixing? Like it's a disease. But Delilah wavered. Maybe she's right. What if I'm just experimenting? Her words stabbed deep. I'd fought for my identity. Hearing her doubt hers felt like betrayal. We argued that night, voices rising. You came to me, I accused. Don't make me the villain now. She stormed to her room, slamming the door, leaving me alone with regrets. Morning brought apologies, but the seed of mistrust sprouted. I confided in my closest friend, Mia, over coffee. Delilah confessed she's in love with me, I said, voice low. Mia's eyes widened. But she's straight, or was. Exactly. Mia, also queer, warned. Be careful. Bi-curious straight girls can break hearts. Her words echoed my fears. Was Delilah truly committed? Or was this a fleeting curiosity? Family pressures escalated. My mother called, her voice saccharine. When are you bringing home a nice boy, Delaney? She still clung to denial. Mom, I'm gay, I reminded, exasperated. Oh, that phase. You'll grow out of it. Hanging up, frustration mounted. For Delilah it was worse. Her parents visited unannounced one weekend. We scrambled to act platonic, but her father eyed us suspiciously. You two seem awfully close, he remarked. Delilah laughed it off, but later she panicked. If they find out, they'll cut me off financially. I'm still paying student loans. The moral quandary weighed heavy. Was hiding our feelings ethical or cowardice? I wrestled internally. Love demands honesty, but at what price? Delilah's job involved conservative clients. Exposure could cost her career. Mine was more accepting, but whispers could undermine me. Society's double standards grated. Straight couples flaunted affection, while we hid like criminals. A turning point came at a mutual friend's wedding. Dressed up, we arrived separately to avoid suspicion. But watching the vows, Delilah slipped her hand into mine under the table. I want this with you, she murmured. Hope flared, but reality crashed when Mark, her ex, approached. Missed you, he said, hugging her. She stiffened, pulling away, but the interaction stung. Later in the car I confronted her. Do you still have feelings for him? She denied it vehemently, but doubt lingered. That night, passion overtook caution. We shared a deeper kiss, boundaries blurring but stopping short of intimacy. I love you, she said, conviction in her eyes. Yet morning brought remorse. We can't keep this secret forever, I said. She nodded, but fear etched her face. Little cracks widened. Missed calls from her family, evasive answers. I sensed her pulling back, torn between desire and duty. Work suffered more. I missed a deadline, earning a warning. Get it together, my boss said. But how, when my heart was in turmoil? Delilah faced similar strain, snapping at colleagues. Our relationship, nascent and fragile, already bore scars from external forces. Then the first major betrayal hit. Delilah's phone buzzed during dinner. She glanced and paled. It's Emily. She knows more than I thought. Turns out Emily had snooped, finding our texts. She threatened to tell Mom and Dad unless I end this. Delilah's voice cracked. Fury and fear warred within me. So what? You'll cave. She hesitated, and that pause shattered something. I don't know, she admitted. Losing my family. It's everything. We slept apart that night, the apartment heavy with unspoken accusations. I lay awake, questioning my choices. Had I been selfish pursuing this knowing the risks? Delilah's indecision highlighted our differences. She from privilege, me from resilience forged in adversity. But love isn't fair. It demands sacrifices. As dawn broke, resolve hardened. I wouldn't beg. If she chose family over us, so be it. But the pain of potential loss gnawed relentlessly. The confrontation loomed, tensions building like a storm. Society's chains tightened, forcing us to choose. Conform or rebel, with hearts as collateral. The standoff with Emily escalated into a full-blown crisis. Delilah drove to her sister's house the next day, leaving me pacing our apartment like a caged animal. Hours ticked by, each minute amplifying my anxiety. What if Emily convinced her to walk away? I'd lose not just a lover but my best friend. The thought hollowed me out. When Delilah returned, her eyes red-rimmed, she collapsed on the couch. She gave me an ultimatum, she said flatly. End it, or she'll out me to our parents. Rage surged. That's blackmail. But Delilah's defeatism chilled me. She's trying to protect me. From myself, she says. We debated fiercely. Protect? By denying who you are. I countered. Deep down I understood her terror. Family rejection cuts deepest. Mine had been subtle, disappointed sighs, avoided topics, but hers promised outright disownment. I can't afford to lose them, she pleaded. Financially, emotionally, they're my safety net. The moral divide widened. Was family blood thicker than love? I argued no, but hypocrisy stung. I'd compromised for years, hiding parts of myself at holidays. Delilah's turmoil mirrored mine but amplified. I've always been the good daughter, she confessed. Rebelling now feels like betrayal. Her words evoked pity, then frustration. And what about betraying yourself? Us. The argument circled, unresolved, leaving us exhausted. In the following days, distance grew. Delilah withdrew, burying herself in work, while I sought solace in runs along the Puget Sound, pounding pavement to outrun doubts. Mia called, sensing trouble. How's it going with Delilah? I spilled everything, voice breaking. She's wavering. Mia sighed. Classic internalized homophobia. Give her time but protect your heart. Wise words, but time felt like an enemy. Society's pressures infiltrated everywhere. At a company event, a coworker joked about those lesbians in a TV show, laughter rippling. I bit my tongue, but inside fury boiled. How could I bring Delilah into this world of casual bigotry? Yet, hiding perpetuated it. Delilah faced worse. Her office was conservative, whispers about a fired gay employee still fresh. If they find out, she worried. My promotion's gone. Career versus love, a cruel choice. A pivotal moment arrived when my father called unexpectedly. Coming home for Thanksgiving? He asked gruffly. Bring a friend if you want. The invitation felt loaded. Last year, he'd grilled me about settling down properly. I mentioned Delilah casually. That nice girl? Good influence. If only he knew. Hanging up, irony twisted my gut. Families meant for support became battlegrounds. Delilah and I attempted normalcy. A movie night, popcorn shared. But midway she paused the film. I can't do this halfway, she declared. Hope ignited. So you'll fight? She nodded but tentatively. I'll talk to Emily again. Relief washed over me, mingled with skepticism. Actions over words, I reminded myself. The second meeting with Emily turned explosive. Delilah returned fuming. She called me selfish, said I'm destroying the family image. Tears streamed. But I stood up. I told her it's my life. Pride swelled. Perhaps she was awakening. We embraced a fragile victory. But victories in this arena came at costs. Emily's silence followed, ominous. Emboldened, we ventured out. A discreet date at a quiet cafe. Holding hands under the table felt revolutionary. This is what I want, Delilah whispered. Yet paranoia shadowed us. A glance from a stranger sparked fear. Internal conflicts raged. Was I worth the upheaval? Delilah's affirmations helped, but self-doubt persisted. Then the backlash hit. Emily, true to her threat, told their parents. Delilah's phone exploded with calls. Her mother's voice hysterical. What have you done? This isn't you. Her father colder. Come home now. We'll sort this. Delilah crumpled, sobbing. They want me to move back, get help. The word help ignited my anger. Like conversion therapy? No way. But Delilah's resolve cracked. Maybe I should go explain in person. I begged her not to. They'll manipulate you. But she packed a bag, determination mixed with terror. I have to try. Watching her leave felt like abandonment. Alone, I confronted my own demons. Had I pressured her? Was love selfish if it demanded such sacrifice? Hours later she texted. They're furious. Pray for me. The wait was agony. I imagined scenarios, disownment, reconciliation on their terms. Mia came over offering support. You've been strong for so long, she said. Let yourself feel. Tears came then, raw and unfiltered. Strength had its limits. Vulnerability exposed cracks. Delilah returned after midnight, defeated. They cut me off, she whispered. No more support, no contact until I change. Heartbreak etched her face. We held each other, mourning the loss. But in that grief, solidarity bloomed. I'm choosing you, she said firmly. Elation mixed with sorrow. Her sacrifice weighed heavy. Yet freedom came with chains. Finances strained. Delilah's loans loomed larger without parental aid. I offered help, but pride made her refuse initially. We'll manage, I insisted. But reality bit. Bills piled, adding stress. Society's indifference mocked us. No protections for our budding family. As tensions mounted, a new conflict arose. Mark reappeared, texting Delilah. Heard about the drama. Need to talk. She showed me, deleting it. But suspicion festered. Was he a lifeline or temptation? Trust, already fragile, teetered. With her family's rejection fresh, Delilah threw herself into our relationship, as if proving her choice. We spent evenings planning futures. Dreams of a small wedding, a home away from judgment. But idealism clashed with reality. Money woes forced overtime. Exhaustion bred irritability. One night, snapping over dishes, she accused. You don't understand what I've given up. I fired back. I do, I've lived it. The fight escalated, old wounds reopening. Reconciliation came swiftly, apologies whispered in the dark. But patterns emerged, highs of affection, lows of doubt. Delilah's inner monologue, shared in vulnerable moments, revealed depths. I miss them, but I hate what they stand for. Her awakening was painful, shedding layers of conditioning. Mine echoed. Supporting her meant confronting my resentments toward a world that forced such choices. Society's barbs intensified. At a pride event we attended cautiously, slurs from protesters stung. Delilah flinched, gripping my hand. Is this worth it? She murmured later. Every day, I affirmed, but uncertainty lingered. Friends divided. Some celebrated us, others distanced, whispering about confusion. Mia remained steadfast, but even she questioned. Is Delilah all in? The ultimate test came via Mark. He showed up at our door, flowers in hand. I need closure, he claimed. Delilah let him in against my protests. They talked in the kitchen while I fumed in the bedroom. Eavesdropping, I heard him plead. This isn't you. Come back to normal. Her response. Normal was a lie. Pride surged, but when he left, she admitted temptation. Not for him, for the ease. That confession cut deep. So you trade us for comfort? Hurt flashed in her eyes. No, but it's hard. The argument that followed was brutal. Accusations flew. Me of insensitivity, her of indecision. Make a choice. I demanded. She stormed out, leaving me shattered. Hours later, a text. Staying at a hotel. Need space. Panic gripped me. Had I pushed too far? Reflection brought clarity. Love required patience but boundaries too. Alone I grappled with ethics. Was forcing commitment moral or coercive? Delilah's journey differed from mine. I'd had years to accept myself. Guilt gnawed. Perhaps I was the catalyst for her pain. Calling Mia, I vented. Am I wrong? She paused. No, but love isn't conquest. Give her time. Delilah returned the next day, resolute. I'm sorry. Mark reminded me why I left that life. We reconciled, but scars remained. Trust rebuilt slowly, brick by brick. We sought therapy separately at first, then together. The counselor unpacked layers. Familial trauma, societal conditioning. You're both victims of a system that devalues your love, she said. Insights helped, but healing was nonlinear. Finances stabilized as Delilah landed a freelance gig, less conservative. My promotion eased burdens. Small wins accumulated, cooking classes, weekend hikes, fostering normalcy. But shadows loomed. Her parents reached out sporadically, manipulative messages guilting her. We miss our daughter, one read. She deleted them, but pain lingered. A major confrontation brewed when my family invited us for Thanksgiving. Bring Delilah, Mom said innocently. We debated attending. It's a chance to come clean, I suggested. Delilah agreed, nerves taut. The drive to Portland was tense, scenarios rehearsed. Arrival brought warmth initially, hugs, small talk. But over dinner the bomb dropped. So you two are close? Dad probed. I took a breath. We're together. In love. Silence descended, then chaos. Mom gasped. But Delilah's straight. Dad's face hardened. This is unnatural. Delilah defended us eloquently. Love isn't a choice, denying it is. Arguments raged, scripture quoted, tears shed. We left early, disinvited from future gatherings. The drive back was silent, processing the rejection. Worth it? I asked. She nodded. For us, yes. But the cost tallied. Isolated, we leaned on chosen family. Mia hosted a Friendsgiving, affirming our bond. Yet, betrayal struck again. Delilah's ex-colleague, privy to rumors, outed her at work. Clients pulled, promotion revoked. Homophobia's alive, she bitterly noted. Job hunt ensued, resilience tested. I supported, but strain showed. Why fight when it's easier to hide? She despaired one night. Because hiding kills the soul, I replied. Awakening dawned gradually. Delilah joined support groups, finding community. I'm not alone, she realized. Advocacy sparked. Volunteering at LGBTQ centers. I admired her growth, but challenges persisted. A health scare. Her stress-induced anxiety attacks. Forced priorities. We need balance, I insisted. Therapy intensified, unearthing deeper mouthwan. As winter set in, equilibrium emerged. Love deepened amid trials forged in fire. But questions remained. Had we chosen wisely? The path ahead, uncertain, demanded ongoing sacrifice. Stability proved illusory. Just as we settled into a rhythm, Emily resurfaced, apologetic yet insistent. Mom's sick, she texted Delilah. Come home alone. The message dangled like bait. Delilah agonized. Duty versus self-preservation. If I go, they'll pressure me, she fretted. If I don't, I'm heartless. The ethical dilemma tore at her. Family illness, a trump card in manipulation. I urged caution. It's a trap. But compassion won, she booked a flight. Parting at the airport, fears voiced. Don't let them change you, she promised. I won't. Days without her dragged, sporadic updates revealing pressure. They're begging me to repent, one message read. Anxiety peaked. Was she slipping? Mia consoled. Trust her growth. But doubt festered. Delilah returned transformed, firmer yet wounded. Mom's okay, but they used it to guilt me. She cut contact definitively. No more toxicity. Relief flooded, but the ordeal highlighted vulnerabilities. Society's narrative, that family trumps all, clashed with our reality. Career rebounds came. Delilah switched firms, embracing authenticity. "I'm out at work," she announced proudly. Clients responded positively, surprising us. Small victories against prejudice fueled hope. We attended events openly, hands linked, defying stares. But backlash persisted. Online trolls, judgmental acquaintances. Resilience built, but at emotional expense. A final twist. Mark proposed friendship, claiming acceptance. Delilah met him for coffee, transparency key. "He's supportive now," she reported. Jealousy flared briefly, then subsided. Trust hard-won held. Reflecting on our journey, damages tallied. Lost families, strained finances, battered psyches. Yet, gains shown, authentic love, personal growth, community. Delilah's awakening inspired. From denial to advocacy, she paid dearly. Mine mirrored, learning patience amid pain. Highs and lows intertwined. A quiet anniversary dinner cemented commitment. "Through it all, I choose you again," she vowed. Tears mingled with smiles. But realism tempered romance. Battles continued. Society evolved slowly, laws protecting us unevenly. Moral quandaries lingered. Did we owe families forgiveness? Was rebellion selfish or necessary? As spring bloomed, we moved forward, scars badges of survival. Love tested and true endured. But the path's toll prompted introspection. In pursuing happiness, had we erred? Was it right for Delilah to sever family ties in the name of love, or should she have compromised her identity to maintain peace? Stability proved illusory. Just as we settled into a rhythm, Emily resurfaced, apologetic yet insistent. "Mom's sick," she texted Delilah. "Come home alone." The message dangled like bait. Delilah agonized. Duty versus self-preservation. "If I go, they'll pressure me," she fretted. "If I don't, I'm heartless." The ethical dilemma tore at her. Family illness, a trump card in manipulation. I urged caution. "It's a trap." But compassion won. She booked a flight. Parting at the airport, fears voiced. "Don't let them change you," she promised. "I won't." Days without her dragged, sporadic updates revealing pressure. "They're begging me to repent," one message read. Anxiety peaked. Was she slipping? Mia consoled. "Trust her growth." But doubt festered. I spent nights replaying our history, from that midnight confession to now, questioning if we'd rushed. Delilah returned transformed, firmer yet wounded. "Mom's okay, but they used it to guilt me." She cut contact definitively. No more toxicity. Relief flooded, but the ordeal highlighted vulnerabilities. Society's narrative, that family trumps all, clashed with our reality. We discussed it endlessly, weighing loyalties. "Blood isn't everything," she concluded. Her strength inspired, but I saw the toll: sleepless nights, quiet tears. Career rebounds came. Delilah switched firms, embracing authenticity. "I'm out at work," she announced proudly. Clients responded positively, surprising us. Small victories against prejudice fueled hope. We attended events openly, hands linked, defying stares. But backlash persisted. Online trolls, judgmental acquaintances. One evening, after a particularly vicious comment thread, Delilah broke down. "Why is our love so threatening?" I held her, no answers, just solidarity. Resilience built, but at emotional expense. Internal monologues shifted from doubt to defiance. A final twist. Mark proposed friendship, claiming acceptance. Delilah met him for coffee, transparency key. "He's supportive now," she reported. Jealousy flared briefly, then subsided. Trust hard-won held. We even laughed about it later, turning pain into humor. Reflecting on our journey, damages tallied. Lost families, strained finances, battered psyches. Yet, gains shown, authentic love, personal growth, community. Delilah's awakening inspired. From denial to advocacy, she paid dearly. Mine mirrored, learning patience amid pain. Therapy sessions delved deeper, uncovering residual traumas. "You're survivors," the counselor affirmed. Highs and lows intertwined. A quiet anniversary dinner cemented commitment. "Through it all, I choose you again," she vowed. Tears mingled with smiles. But realism tempered romance. Battles continued. Society evolved slowly, laws protecting us unevenly. We volunteered more, channeling energy into change. Moral quandaries lingered. Did we owe families forgiveness? Was rebellion selfish or necessary? Forgiveness felt distant. Healing prioritized self. As spring bloomed, we moved forward, scars badges of survival. Love tested and true endured. Plans for the future solidified. A shared home, perhaps adoption down the line. But the path's toll prompted introspection. In pursuing happiness, had we erred? Choices once made rippled eternally. Was it right for Delilah to sever family ties in the name of love, or should she have compromised her identity to maintain peace?